live. Yeah, we going live. Hey, we going live. Yeah, we going live. Yeah, we going. Yeah, we going. Yeah, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line. Hey.
Mental health moment.
Yes.
Now, you put me onto this one because I had absolutely no idea about it.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just introduce it and then.
Okay.
So Adrian Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who knows, let me just say for those who are not sports fans, running back, amazing running back,
Mm-hmm.
NFL veteran, high skilled guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Background: Adrian Peterson was suspended for a year, I think. It was a whole year, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
For corporal punishment for his child,
Yeah.
right? And then this past February, I think he was headed to the Super Bowl because he was in LA.
Or he was leaving the Super Bowl.
Leaving the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So there was an incident. I guess they would consider it it's a domestic violence incident that happened. And he was arrested in LA. And so what they've come to an agreement for him is that he would do 20 sessions of domestic violence and alcohol counseling over the next 6 months. And so he won't end up having to go to jail for this.
Yeah.
And so my question was, is this the best response? And the reason I'm asking, the reason I have the look on my face that I do, the reason that I'm kind of like about these types of things is, well, we know about rehab or counseling for situations such as this or others is typically the person needs to be their decision.
Right.
In order for it to be effective.
Mm-hmm.
This goes back to what we just talked about, kind of. Otherwise, I'm checking the box so that I get what I want. Right. And then I can go back to doing what I did or did not do. This is why a lot of times when people do interventions and you force an ultimatum on somebody,
right,
they're going to just go with it to get you off their back. Not necessarily, and this isn't every case, not necessarily though, are they doing it because this is, oh, okay, I see this is really bad and I need to change this.
Right.
So free will is what I'm talking about here. And somebody having the ability to make a decision when they're ready. You telling him to go is checking. This is why people relapse so much when it comes to like drugs and alcohol and stuff. When you're forced to do it, when you go, I had a car accident and I hit somebody and now I got to go to DUI school or counseling. That's a Band-Aid on a whole like slice of your arm being gone.
Right.
Anyway, that's
so I think one of the things that I think I do agree with what you're saying, right? I think that given the options, if the option is to just send him to jail,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't help either.
No,
right?
No, that's not what I meant.
No, I know that.
That's not what I meant.
No, I know that. But I'm just looking at that. Looking at the options, and so
of course he's gonna take it. Yes.
Right, yeah. But no, I just mean that in looking at those options, I think the thought is that even if he doesn't feel like he needs to go now, maybe once he gets in there, you can see if, okay, this will lead to change behavior.
Yeah.
Because we know that jail is not going to lead to change behavior at all.
No, that is not what it's supposed to do.
And so if this doesn't lead to change behavior, and I hate that I even got to say this, because if it doesn't lead to change behavior, then maybe he should be in prison. But then you don't want to put his family in a situation where, okay, we had him do this, it did not lead to change behavior, and he seriously hurt somebody or worse.
Right.
So I mean, it's one of those. It's a catch-22. Like
it is. I get, and I'm not arguing about whether the jail or the
no, I knew you weren't.
It's the thing. I'm arguing, is this what is, I would like for us to discover a better alternative to how you get there. Like, right? How you get to the point. Like, if it's, instead of saying you got to go do these 20 sessions for 6 months, it's, listen, maybe you got to go through some sessions, you got to do some work, and then you might decide that you want to go.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
well, no, and that's what I think this is, though. I think this is, listen, either you go to jail or you go sitting here and do this work and do it for real. We don't know what
do it for real. I guess that's
right, but we don't know what the stipulations are about behind it. You know, whether it's I just go complete it, or there need to be some markers. Like you, who was it? You saw Ray, right?
Yes.
The movie Ray.
Yes.
But Ray Charles ain't really want to go to, you know what I'm saying? He didn't really want to go to rehab. Yeah. But he went, and once he got in there, they uncovered some of that trauma, and then he was able to kind of work through it. Yeah. Now, I know that was a movie, and some of that was for entertainment value, but it seems like at least it was closely aligned around that storyline.
Absolutely. So, and it does happen. I do know that. Yes.
And so I think that's what the hope is with this. I mean,
I hope that it does work. I'm not saying that it won't. I'm just saying sometimes these are just, I'm gonna check the box type things that don't end up getting the result that you really want to see happen.
Right. Like the person
everybody
who has to do community service, but they either don't go and don't do it, or they're not doing anything strenuous enough for it to be.
I feel like it's not punitive. It doesn't fit, because the point of it is kind of punitive, right? But it don't feel punitive if I ain't really doing, like, okay, you said go pick, okay, I can do that. Like, no big deal. It doesn't get you what you're looking for, I guess is what I'm saying. And so I guess the fact that it's 20 sessions, at least they didn't say 5. Like, that would have been a red flag. At least they're saying must be 20, and it must be intensive for it to be 20 sessions.
20 sessions,
it must be intensive. And so, because that's almost half a year, 6 months.
6 months.
So I'm hoping that if he doesn't go in with the mindset of I'm looking to change, then he certainly comes out changed.
Yeah.
That's the hope. But I still feel like we need to not make this like this Band-Aid thing, like, because what if he doesn't? Like, what happens after 20 sessions and he's still in the same space? What happens then? I think would be my bigger question, right? Even if this is the direction you send somebody, what happens then? If they've gone through 20 sessions and you still, as the professional who's seeing this person, evaluating this person, don't feel like they really got it, what then? Because they checked the box at this point.
Well, probably either more. That's why I'm like, we don't know what the stipulations are.
Is that gonna be something that they make him do though? Because you checked the box at this point. You did what we told you had to do. But if the person that's evaluating you says, but this isn't enough, he needs more. But you've checked the box at that point.
Yeah.
So if you're not really, if in 6 months you ain't got it, you might not have it still.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, this is not to put this on Adrian Peterson, because I hope that he wants what he's doing. He's good.
No,
with what he is, and
I know what you're saying, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, removing Adrian Peterson and putting any man, any woman, anybody in this situation. Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. Sorry, it's just, we've been doing something a little different with mental health moment lately, because I'm just starting to see scenarios and stories and like, wait a minute, let's talk about this for real. So yeah, like, if you're gonna go through this, go through it with an open heart and mind and receiving what's coming. Okay.
Feel good final thought.
Yeah. pretty
Tom
cool.
Hodges?
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So Tom Hodges, he lost his sight at the age of 12.
And in just one eye.
And just one eye, I'm sorry. Just his left eye.
Mm-hmm.
But he's about to be able to make his NHL debut, which is a dream come true for him.
Yes.
After losing sight in his left eye when he was 12.
Yeah. I think he said when he was like 5 or 6 is when he knew he wanted to play hockey. Mm-hmm. And then losing his sight, like a setback, but he didn't let it was a setback for the setup that is now giving him this opportunity. So very excited for him. That's awesome. He's actually a goalie, I believe, which is in itself amazing.
Right, yeah, because
right. Puck coming at you at but luckily you got all this gear on, so you're safe for the most part. But I think it's just tremendous. And I wish him nothing but the best.
Yeah. Shout out to him. That's perseverance on another level. You know what I'm saying? We see all of these athletes who overcome like some serious odds just to kind of make their dream come true.
Yeah.
Sport. Yeah. But for Tom Hodges to be able to do this at the highest level is amazing. And so salute to you, sir.
Yes.
For overcoming these odds.
Yes, absolutely. It's amazing.
Yeah.
For sure. All right,
show picks. What you watching?
Yeah. Listen, let me tell you something. This movie, I was all kinds of emotional.
Really?
Really.
Okay.
Well, I felt every kind of emotion there is watching this movie, King Richard, which is obviously Will Smith is playing Serena and Venus's dad,
right?
In this movie, and this story, it needed to be made into a movie.
Okay. So I should check it out.
What? Listen, it was phenomenal.
Well, I've been standing with Chris Rock for the last couple of years. I don't believe that you just get to go up on stage and start slapping people.
No, listen. Well, you know what, maybe why I was okay with this is because I said in my head, this is the logic I used. This happened before that.
Yeah.
The logic I used in my head was.
I gotta wait to tell you the joke I was gonna say.
Oh, okay. Yeah, wait. But yeah, so it was.
Oh, it's so inappropriate.
It was so good though.
Yeah.
It literally. I think I shared with you before we started the podcast the declaration. One of the declarations I put out. The mindset that Richard Williams had was one of declaration.
Yeah.
And to see his girls living up to those declarations was powerful. I always watch movies, not every movie I watch, trust me, but a lot of the times I'm always watching movies with a deeper spiritual lens. And this was one of those that was like, okay. It's a life changer kind of movie.
You saying that makes me think or makes me wonder when we're going to get the LeVar Ball movie.
My mama taught me if I don't have nothing nice to say.
Don't say never know. I need that LeVar Ball movie.
I'm good. That one I won't watch.
Three boys to the NBA.
So Chris Rock can play LeVar.
Huh?
Chris Rock can play LeVar.
No, Charles Barkley won't play LeVar Ball.
Oh! Definitely not watching that movie, okay?
Yeah,
you can be rest assured I will not be watching that movie.
I messed myself up. I'm probably not watching that movie either.
Ooh, but, no, I'm good. Yeah, no, I don't want to see that movie. I'm good. He was a character now. Oh, he had some.
Oh no.
It was some foolery going on up in there. Please believe it.
I vividly remember the late '90s and some of the stuff that they were talking about with Richard Williams. So,
some foolery, some foolishness was going around up in there. Okay, but at the end of the day, the love, belief, and strength that he had for his girls, all 5 of them, not just the ones, not just the 2 that went on to be, tennis stars, but all 5 of them was phenomenal.
Yeah.
What you watch?
All right, so I know that a couple of weeks ago I already said this, but there's a new season and Sonia Richards-Ross is on it. And so I'm back on Atlanta Housewives. Okay. I'm back on it. You know what I'm saying? And so I didn't get to finish episode 1 of season 14 last night, but I will be finishing it tonight. And so, I'm interested in seeing, I saw the little clips. So I'm interested in seeing how Sonia Richards-Ross is able to mesh, and not even just her. I want to see how Aaron Ross is able to mesh with the husband/men of the group. Because
I have no idea about none of this. Because
I know. Candy's husband, you know who Candy Burris is.
I do.
So Candy's husband Todd, I love how they all kind of form like this brotherhood, you know. And now Mike Hill is a sports analyst.
That sounds familiar. Okay.
Yeah, no, you say Mike Hill, and I want to say it might be Fox Sports, but I'm not entirely certain.
That name sounds familiar. Okay.
Yeah, but he just married about a year ago. He married Cynthia Bailey. So,
okay.
Well, not even a year ago. It was probably like 6-7 months ago. But so I just love the camaraderie that they have, and I'm anxious to see how Aaron Ross fits in that. The Super Bowl winning Aaron Ross.
Had to say that part.
Yeah.
Okay. No, this is interesting. All right, we'll see. I don't know. I have no clue. I think the last Real Housewives of Atlanta I watched still had Kim and Nene on. So that tell you anything.
Oh yeah, that was some time ago.
Yeah, no, I don't get into that. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
But that's it. Look, we at the end of another one, episode 59. If you want to get in touch with us, you can email us at field2therealpodcast@gmail.com. We have a Twitter and an IG. Our Twitter is field2therealp1. IG is at field2therealpodcast. And if you want to hit us up on Facebook or go to our YouTube page, just over Stephanie's shoulder is what you would have to search, and that's Field to the Real Podcast. No number on that one. That's Field to the Real Podcast. Definitely hit us up. Go to our YouTube, look at our videos, like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that. You want to send us some feedback, we will definitely appreciate it. Nothing disrespectful though, because it will get deleted.
Yeah. And let me shout out to my Marathon Health family.
Oh, yes.
Yesterday for everybody hopping on to support and looking for the podcast. And my one of my coworkers said, I went to Apple Podcasts. As soon as I put Field in, y'all popped up. I was like, okay. I said, okay. So So shout out to them for supporting us.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Yes.
All right. Well, we at the end of another one.
All right.
Out of here. Peace.
Put the cameras on me. 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 Put the cameras on me.